when ESPN hired me, I had to go through 18 interviews.
18
in a day, like 15 minutes.
The car wash, yeah.
Car wash. And my last one was Mike McQuaid, senior producer at ESPN, who's one of the elite dudes in this business. And Mike McQuaid looked me in my face and he said, "You were at Fox Sports. That's sort of like, you the big man on campus. You sort of like the big fish in the little pond. Well, ESPN, we consider ourselves the big pond."
Just when you thought the WNBA was finally getting it together, finally ready to ride the Caitlin Clark rocket ship to sports relevance and serious dollars, they went ahead and tripped over their own shoelaces. And by that, I mean Caitlin Clark. Yes, the league's one-woman ratings machine just landed on the injury list. Now, basketball fans are in meltdown mode, talk shows are spiraling, and Stephen A. Smith, he's practically levitating from sheer outrage at the WNBA bullies, at Commissioner Cathy Engelbert, and most especially at Angel Reese, who still thinks people watch for her too. If you agree with Stephen A. comment baby goat over baby giraffe down below, let's go. Caitlin Clark, the very woman who turned women's basketball from something only your overly competitive cousin watched into must-see TV, is now benched with a quad strain. 2 weeks, minimum. 2 long, Clarkless weeks, where the WNBA will do its best impersonation of everything's fine, while the actual product collapses faster than Angel Reese's layup. Picture this: the league's leading light in street clothes, while the TV ratings sink like a rock in a kiddie pool, and the first person to blow a gasket about it. Naturally, it's Stephen Smith. ESPN's resident hype machine did not just comment, he went DEFCON 1. While other voices in the league gave us their best polite shrug, Stephen A. came in like a human Molotov, torching every bad take and bad decision that led us here. And let's be honest, someone had to do it. Everyone else is out here whispering sweet nothings and pretending Caitlin isn't the reason their direct deposit hit on time. This man didn't just speak up. He held court like a man who'd been waiting to dunk on the league's ineptitude for months. While WNBA executives were out to lunch trying to act like Caitlin Clark isn't the one keeping the lights on, Stephen A. was busy slapping down receipts. He laid it out so clearly it was like watching math class with fireworks. "Oh, you think the league can survive without Caitlin Clark?" he asked. "Basically." "Cool story, bro. Check the numbers and try not to cry. Let's break those numbers down, shall we?" Caitlin Clark games this year are pulling an average of 1.178 million viewers. When she's out, just 394,000. That's not a drop. It's a plunge off a cliff. That's a 3 times crater in viewership, and you've still got players like Angel Reese wondering why Clark gets more camera time. Maybe it's because Caitlin doesn't treat the ball like a bowling pin and actually makes people want to watch. Stephen A. didn't just wake up mad. This was the result of months of watching the WNBA fumble. Every golden opportunity he's seen, Cheryl swoops, throwing more shade than a beach umbrella, as if Clark wasn't dragging the whole league into the spotlight. And of course, Reese couldn't resist turning every moment into her personal audition for America's next jealous teammate. You ask me about Caitlin. If you're going to break a record to me, then there's the commissioner, Cathy Engelbert, whose entire Clark-related strategy could be summed up as thanks for the ratings. I guess it's like finding a genie in a bottle and wishing for a slightly larger bottle. Now, with Clark sidelined, Stephen A. is basically yelling, "I told you so," from the rooftops. And honestly, he's earned it. I noticed when you're asking about Caitlin a lot, you bring up other rookies as well. No lead's ever about one player. That player could get hurt or whatever. So I think it's just to give recognition that in sports, people watch for compelling content and rivalries. And you can't do that alone as one person's. He even threw in some classic wisdom saying, if this is the magnetic traction that draws viewers to the WNBA, and her absence proves it, then everyone needs to stand down and ride the wave. Translation: stop fighting it. Caitlin is the show. Either get on board or get left behind. Sitting in half-empty arenas with confused fans wondering where the buzz went. Let's rewind because the build-up to this train wreck has been a master class in league mismanagement. Caitlin Clark's first game this year against the Sky.
Yeah, just taking our time, staying poised. Obviously, we're going to miss some shots first game, so just taking our time to stay poised.
A record-setting 2.7 million viewers, the highest-rated WNBA game on ESPN ever. A debut so big even the NBA raised an eyebrow. That wasn't a fluke. That was the arrival of a generational D, and she came bearing receipts, viewers, and more jersey sales than half the league combined. So what did the WNBA do? Shower her with love? Launch a full-scale marketing blitz? We got press releases so generic they could have been generated by Angel Reese herself. It was as if the league was afraid to acknowledge that one player was doing more for the brand than a decade of group effort. Stephen A. was watching it all build up. Caitlin's star soaring. The league quietly downplaying her. The vets side-eyeing her like she took the last slice of pizza. And now? Now the WNBA is in panic mode, scrambling to fill the void left by the only player who can pull an extra million eyeballs by just tying her shoes. And that's the point. Caitlin Clark wasn't just another top draft pick. She was the WNBA's lottery ticket. And instead of framing it, they tried to downplay it. Now the ticket's temporarily out of circulation, and they're finally realizing what she's worth. The viewership, right? The viewership is going to plummet. I already know, because majority of the people that's watching Indiana Fever wants to see Caitlin Clark. And, sad to say it, a lot of them only want to see Caitlin Clark. They don't really care about the entire team. Now, the prophecy is unfolding right in front of us. Clark isn't missing some throwaway Tuesday night game against a team nobody remembers. She's sitting out marquee matchups, the kind of games ESPN salivates over her highly anticipated rematch with Angel Reese. Gone. Multiple primetime national broadcasts kaput. The financial hit is immediate and brutal. This isn't just Indiana missing a star player. This is the WNBA losing its entire gravitational pull. Clark isn't just putting up points. She's the main reason people show up to the arena, turn on their TVs, and buy those overpriced jerseys. Take her out of the equation, and suddenly the Indiana Fever looks like every other team desperately trying to stay relevant. But what's got Stephen fuming? What really has him cooking is that this was completely avoidable. Injuries happen in sports, sure, but when a league lets its most valuable player get slammed, hacked, elbowed, and borderline assaulted every night with no consequences, that's not an accident. That's negligence. The hits Clark's taken this season wouldn't look out of place in an NFL highlight reel. And yet, the WNBA's response? Shrug it off. Part of the game, they say. Meanwhile, Stephen's probably breaking a remote at home, screaming, "Protector." And who could blame him? So now, Stephen A. Smith, the only one with the guts to say what everyone else is thinking, is waiting. Waiting for the next batch of ratings to roll in. And when they tank, because of course they will, he'll be ready with the numbers, the commentary, and the SAS to remind the league that this mess is one they created. Because when you ignore your biggest star, let her take hits like a crash test dummy, and act like everything's fine, the fallout is on you. The WNBA had lightning in a bottle. Caitlin Clark was that lightning. And now that she's sidelined, the storm's rolling in. The next few weeks won't just prove Stephen right. They'll define what kind of league the WNBA wants to be, one that protects and uplifts its stars, or one that watches them walk away while they still have a chance to save the game. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.